If you are watching this video, this sparks the beginning of a change for our people. We've come to a point where after years and decades of seeing what happens as a result of our existence in this country, we finally evolved to a point to understanding that unless we take upon a different way of life, a different perspective, a different purpose in being here, that we will always continue to be overlooked, overshadowed, disenfranchised, and turned into a victim of every circumstance imaginable. We will always be at the bottom of the totem pole. The days of relying on the same system that has promised us through words to be taken care of, to be treated equally, to be cared for, to be protected, to be looked out for, that time has come and gone. That opportunity has expired. Now is the time for us to unite and elevate in a way that we have never done before. Now is the time for us to evolve and elevate to a higher level of awareness, to understand that we are all interconnected and that the only people who will be looking out for us is us. It's time for us to stop relying on a new world order and to establish and follow the new black order. The new black order, a way for us to make sure that we are no longer at the bottom of the totem pole, to make sure that we are no longer at the back of the line and in the group with the least of things needed and with the most of things unwanted. It is time for us to come together under a new black order so that we can ensure that our health is of a great concern to us and is brought to a level where we are thriving. We must come together so we can ensure that our economics, that our education, that our parenting, that our relationships, that our wealth, that our attainment in the pursuit of happiness as human beings is no less important than those of the highest. Now is the time. We have reached a point to where no longer can we turn a blind eye to the plague and trauma, to the disproportionate tragedies and vulnerability that is bestowed upon our people. It's time for us to unite in a way that would change and alter history, the natural progression of what we have been through. It is time for us to operate under a new black order that will ensure that our children, ourselves, and our parents return back to their royal position. Return back to the respect and dignity. Return back to the prosperity and power. Return back to the elevated positions that we deserve on this planet. I bring to you a new black order. A way for us to unify. A way for us to unite and move as one force so that we can make sure that we are looking out for us when it comes to the areas of health, wealth, relationships, economics, child upbringing, education, as a nation within a nation. What is the New Black Order? The New Black Order is a way for us to put down our differences, to set aside the differences of religion, of culture, of background, of upbringing, because at the end of the day, we are all black. We are all of African origin. Whether we were on this continent of America at the beginning of slavery, or whether we were kidnapped and transported here and forced. And out of that tragic situation, as the enlightened God beings we are, we were able to thrive, we were able to survive, we were able to transmute our knowledge and energy into ways that allowed us to be the resilient and most powerful people on this planet at this present time. So it's only the natural progression that we learn from all the experiences that our ancestors, that our great-grandmothers and grandfathers, that our mothers and grandmothers have experienced. And now we use that to evolve and elevate into a new way of life. No longer will we move as though we're not one connected people experiencing the same experiences within this continent and even across the globe. No longer will we simply worry about ourselves and our children and our families, but this is bigger. This is your time. This is our time to create and move history. This is the time which we will begin to practice sharing knowledge, sharing education, sharing tactics that will allow us to not only survive, but to begin to thrive within our existence on this planet. This is the time for the New Black Order, the new way of life, in which we know who we are and we have systems in place to ensure our success within this system. This is the time of the New Black Order, and I welcome you to it. From now on, we will move as one pulse, one energy, one force. We will look at each other differently, as royalty, as someone who is important as ourselves, as someone who is just as connected to us as we are with our limbs. We will move as one, we will unite as one, and we will succeed as one. The New Black Order will ensure that our children not only receive the education from our captives within this society, but we will ensure that they receive the education and the knowledge through their peers and parents that allow them to retain their black minds, that allow them to retain their black power, that allow them to remain Millennium Kings and Queens. And us ourselves must elevate and return to that title and power as well. And the New Black Order will ensure that. It will ensure that black economics is at the forefront of what we're doing. It will install systems so that we can circulate the black dollars, so that we can unite amongst and across lines to ensure our own success. We know of our economic wealth. Now it's time to regain our economic power. The New Black Order will ensure that our health is our number one priority. We will unite and install systems to communicate what we should be paying attention to, what we can do within our own homes, within our own lives, within our own communities to ensure that our health returns back to a powerful state. We shouldn't be dying because of things that are diet related. So no longer will we adopt the ways of the West and disregard what we put into our temples. Because in order to really be powerful, we must have a healthy mind as well as a healthy body. And the New Black Order will ensure that. Health, wealth, and relationships. The relationships between each other as men and women, each other amongst our own genders, the relationships between black women, mothers and daughters, sisters and peers will be restored, repaired, and brought to a whole nother level. The camaraderie between black men, between black boys, between fathers and sons, between brothers, between soldiers in this movement of life will be strengthened and brought together through the New Black Order to a level where the men can return to being kings, the women can return to being queens, and we will all protect each other and fight for each other to maintain that position. No longer will we be a mockery, a means of entertainment, a group of people that have been torn apart, ravished by kidnappers, and then the results made fun of by those captors. No, those days are over. The New Black Order will install a system of pride, of collectivity, of power, of rejuvenated energy, so that we can be the example of what strength and power is, and no longer the proof of victimism. No longer the proof of destruction, the proof of lack, the proof of distortion, unorganization, chaos. No. The New Black Order will install systems that will allow us to be interwoven and put back together in a way that will restore our image, our confidence, our capabilities back to the rightful position deserved as the most peaceful and powerful people on this planet. So if you are receiving this message, I welcome you to the New Black Order. I welcome you to this new way of life, this new shift, this paradigm shift, this shift in momentum, this shift that will allow us to return as the rightful rulers of this planet. This is our world now. We will be in control of our destiny. We are in control of our destiny. And we now operate under the New Black Order. I'll leave you with the new greeting of love, knowledge, and power. And I say to you, Ashe, until we meet again. The New Black Order. This is our world now.